Evening, nerds and geeks, it's your boy, Comic Fan. Now it's time to live up to my name by making my first video about comic books. Now, today we are going to talk about a character that I'm pretty sure a lot of you are aware of. That character is Daredevil, created in April of 1964 in a first appearance in Daredevil issue 1, volume 1. While getting into an accident, Matt Murdock, also who was going to become Daredevil, was blinded by a bunch of toxics that hit his eyes while he was walking in the street, which caused his vision to go fuzzy, and then eventually would cause him to go blind. Daredevil was also from Hell's Kitchen, which is his place of origin, and where he would eventually become the hero of New York City that he is. Elektra. Elektra, also known as Hugo Nachos, eventually served as a Greek ambassador to the United States. 19-year-old Elektra attended Columbia University in New York City. There, Elektra began dating classmate Matt Murdock. A year later, Elektra and her father were kidnapped by terrorists. Also, Elektra would also become the Kingpin's right-hand woman, defeating all of his ninja bodyguards. Now, her and Daredevil have a bit of an on and off relationship, considering this is kind of like a Black Cat and Batman kind of, or Black Cat and Spider-Man kind of relationship, setting up kind of the similarities between Daredevil and Spider-Man. Now, Elektra and Daredevil have kind of an anti-relationship, considering sometimes they fight, and she's more of an anti-hero, as I can say. She does good, but sometimes she does bad, which makes her the most interesting. Alright, okay, next villain, starting with my boy, Gladiator. Also known as Melvin Potter. Melvin Potter was initially depicted as a villain in the first enemies of the superhero Daredevil. In his civilian life, he is a costume designer at the Spotlight costume shop in New York City. He eventually reforms and becomes one of the supporters of Daredevil. His first appearance was in Daredevil 18 of July 1966, created by Stan Lee and John Romita Sr., the father of John Romita Jr., and also, his alter ego, like I said, is Melvin Potter. His abilities are accomplished clothing designer, superb martial arts, peak physical condition, wears thick metal armor, and possesses arsenal of edged armor. Next character is Bullseye. Now, this is one of my all-time favorite Marvel supervillains. Bullseye, also known as Lester, is a supervillain of Daredevil, of course, a sociopathic assassin. Bullseye uses the opportunities afforded by his own line of work to exercise his homicidal tendencies and to work out his own personal, problems against Daredevil. He also is an enemy of the Punisher. Although he possesses no superpowers, Bullseye is able to use almost anything as a lethal projectile. Be it weapons like shuriken and a sai, or seemingly harmless objects like playing cards and pencils. His marksmanship is uncanny at a clear supernatural level. Bullseye was created by Marv Wolfman and John Romita Sr., who also created Gladiator. Also, he also goes by sometimes his allies are Benjamin Dex, Dexter, Leonard, Daredevil, and Hawkeye. Sometimes he's a bit of an anti-hero sometimes, but most of the time he's a supervillain. And like I said, he's also a Punisher villain, which is actually kind of cool. Now, that's Bullseye. And now, time for one of the number one greatest Marvel villain of all time is Kingpin. One of my personal favorites too, Kingpin, also known as Wilson Fisk. Wilson Fisk is one of the greatest villains of Daredevil, formerly being a Spider-Man villain, and hopefully we get to see him in the MCU. Wilson Fisk is a mobster and also a crime boss. He's the whole reason why Spider-Man and Daredevil are after him. He manipulates the people that he controls also. He's also the leader of the Hand and also Hydra, and he also works for Hydra and the emissaries of evil. His like I said, his alter ego is Wilson Grant Fisk. His abilities are Master Armed, Unarmed Combat, Criminal, Mastermind, Tactician, Peak Level Strength, and Durability. Wears Kelver Armor, which makes it for his strength. Use a laser gun, equipped cane, and a hollow of the inside armored diamond stick pin filled with sleeping gas. But that's his comic book origin. So yeah, that was the Daredevil villains. Now let's take a look at Daredevil's abilities. Well, abilities basically. He has superhuman senses. He has a radar sense, skilled acrobat, martial arts, and stick fighter. He unusualized special designed billy club. He also his martial arts has also come in handy when he fights the Punisher, who would then again become a friend of Matt Murdock. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't add Punisher on here. Well, that's because he's mostly a friend of Matt Murdock. Now that was my video talking about the Daredevil, one of my all-time favorite comic book characters. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope this educated you a little bit about his villains and himself. Hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe for more. If you want more comic knowledge, then ask me for some more, and give me your suggestions down in the comments below. Bye.